And now, independent and unbiased, here's your weekly Brooklyn market update with Noah and John from UrbanDigs.
Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and this is going to be your post-Thanksgiving Brooklyn weekly market update. Johnny, let's get right to it. I'm looking at Brooklyn Supply, 3,331 things trying to sell. Show me that chart.
Yeah, and I don't think it really makes sense. We're not going to dig into the weeklies today, so we're just going to focus on the overall level of supply here, and that's down nearly 3% from the week before, which, if you remember from last week, was actually up a bit. So we were wondering if that was an aberration. It looks like it was. We're back on trend. That slow stair step down as Brooklyn Supply heads into the holiday season.
Yeah, seasonal normalization for supply. I would expect much of the same there going into the last 4 weeks of the year. Let's switch over to Brooklyn demand. Pending sales, 1,855. And not surprising, that is ticking lower. Johnny, show me that chart.
Yeah, and this is one of those ones where if you can see these lines from 2020, 2021, those sort of enter the fall busy season, they started ticking up. We did not get that action in 2022. The fall busy season's kind of represented a continued active stair step down for the pending sales measure, our measure of demand here in Brooklyn, and we're still seeing more of the same. We're down nearly 2.3% on the week, still searching for support at these lower levels here, Noah.
Yeah, we're not an aggressive slope decline, but I see what you're saying. We are staircase slowly stepping down. We'll see what happens as we close out the year, but I wouldn't expect anything different. I think that's going to continue. And you know what? You put the two together, supply and demand, you get the market pulse. And let's just break this down for a second, because we are going to skip the weeklies. There's no point in doing our weeklies today when the holidays were in play. Take a look at the Brooklyn market pulse. And I mean, it's stagnating, Johnny. It's in this range. It's found its way. And this is what we're saying. We're not in aggressive fall right now. We're kind of just teeter-tattering here. I mean, and I just want to point out, look at the sell side leverage and the duration of that. Here was obviously the peak buy side leverage from COVID. And, it's going to be in this range for the first. And I don't know, when I look at demand, John, think of contract activity on a monthly basis in Brooklyn. And I think to myself, okay, is this month, are we coming in heavy? Are we seeing deal volume higher than normal trend? Or are we seeing deal volume lower? This chart really represents what we're talking about here. And quite simply, what you're looking at is year over year, weekly contract activity, either above or below trend. If it's above trend, it's going to be green. If it's below trend, it's going to be red. And a couple of things stick out at me. Most notably, right over here, you could see that point in April where we just shifted to the red. And everything was just getting lower and lower, obviously from a very peak activity the year before. But we've been stuck in this range. It's not like it's going straight down. It's just been in this negative range since April, Johnny.
Right. And if you look at the left side of that chart, right, those green bars, I mean, they started out gangbusters, right? 70%, it's nearly 55%, whatever that second bar was, right? So you're doing some massive volume the first chunk of the year. And then all these successive bars are looking back at the year prior. So this is 2022 compared to 2021. So we're just not doing the same level of volume we were doing in 2021. And it's taking time for that to filter through the pending sales number that we saw as stair stepping down. So we're sort of working our way with the markets ratcheting back down to what is going to be the new lower sort of normal level. And looks like we're not there yet.
Yeah, and that's the key. We're trying to find that new lower normal level. And look, if you're a seller out there, it's just a different market. The liquidity level, the activity level is just shifted, and the shift is done. And that's what it seems to be by all the data, but we're just not really bouncing off of that shift. And I think that's the key takeaway, is that we are at a new level. Same thing for Manhattan. And this is, you know what, we're going to see what this does over the next 5 or 6 weeks, but the next listing season is not really till February. So expect much of the same. If you're a seller or buyer, expect much of the same. Johnny, thank you for pulling up all of this data. It's always good to see. If you guys got questions, we got answers. Please visit our forum right over here. You can see by the Brooklyn weeklies, by the way, why we did not do the weeklies today. They're just way, way down, and that is a holiday thing. So that's that. If you want any of the reports that John whipped up, it'll be right over here in just a little bit. Other than that, this has been your abbreviated post-Thanksgiving Brooklyn weekly market update, and we'll catch you next time.